I started to get back into League in Season 13, Split 2, and from the get-go, the goal was to be able to get to Diamond, and I almost got there. I ended in Emerald 3, but I managed to get to Emerald 2 as my peak, and I'll pull up the stats so you can take a look and see how many games it took me to go from unranked on a fresh account to Emerald 2 as my peak and then actually ending in Emerald 3. So we're seeing it here, and you can see from the stats that I played more than 200 ranked games in total to be able to get to Emerald 2 as my peak, but ending in Emerald 3. So then the next season started, Season 14, Split 1, where I did manage to get to Diamond. And I'll pull up the stats for that season so you can take a look and see how many games it took me to actually reach Diamond. And we can see it here, and the same thing, the same stats in terms of the amount of games played. I managed to get to Diamond 4 by playing a bit more than 200 ranked games. And as you can see from the stats, I almost exclusively played Alistar. So we now know that I played more than 200 games to be able to reach Diamond 4 playing solo without duoing as a roaming support main, as an Alistar main, you could say, at least for that season. But what does this really mean in practical terms? What does this mean in terms of how much I actually played every day? Let's take a look at the numbers. It took me a total of 246 games to get to Diamond. And to keep it simple, let's say the average of each game was around 30 minutes, which is pretty realistic. It might be a bit more, a bit less, but on average, usually a ranked match will take around 30 minutes. And that equates to over 246 games, 7,380 minutes, which is 123 hours. So 123 hours equates to 3 months of playtime for me that season, that split, Season 14, Split 1, to get to Diamond. And 3 months is 90 days. If we divide the amount of hours that I played with the amount of days it took me to reach Diamond, that is 123 hours divided by 90 days. We get the number 1.3, which means that I played 1.3 hours every single day to be able to get to Diamond in 3 months. So 1.3 hours equates to around 3 games per day on average for 3 months. So that is the answer to the question. I played 1.3 hours, which is around 3 games per day on average for 3 months. And that netted me Diamond 4, playing solo, not duoing a single game, and playing as a support main and specifically as Alistar.